Folks in Central Texas love a good spot to take a dip on a hot summer day. And no place fits the bill better than the neighborhood pool. They're often the most clean, accessible, and safe option for swimmers. But most of Austin's pools are old and sinking into disrepair. A new influx of bond money is aimed at keeping some of the locations afloat, but the question remains, what depths will the city need to go to in order to save its pools?
Well, Barton Springs is, the crown jewel of Austin. Barton Springs is closed Thursdays between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. It's closed for cleanings. They scrub the limestone rocks to get algae off of there. They clean the handles on the railings of the ramps and steps as you get into the pool. It takes a lot to maintain a natural spring. There's the City of Austin, the Parks and Recreation Department. Friends of Barton Springs Pool is a volunteer organization that organizes community and corporate pool cleanings. There's a lot of people who love this place and want to see it protected.
Barton Springs isn't the only pool that needs some TLC. Most of the pools were built between 1930 and 1990, meaning that even some of the newest ones are almost 30 years old. That's roughly the end of a pool's lifespan. Officials say 12 locations are in critical condition and are expected to fail in the next 5 years. Issues range from cracked concrete to scrounging up parts for pumps that aren't even made anymore.
Because when you get pools that old, some of the companies don't even exist anymore.
This is Jonathan Tapscott, better known as Tap. As an Austin Parks and Rec pool mechanic, he has spent a lot of time here at Gibbons Pool. Mechanics have been battling a massive leak for several years.
All the repair work was good. It slowed it down a lot. Pool built in 58. Yeah, so you have everything that runs underneath, stuff you can't see. Like once it goes through that wall, that's how the water gets all the way around the pool. So you have to realize that that plumbing is still from 58. But we just had an ailing pool problem.
And the city is aware of that problem.
Our pools are on life support. We've been triaging them and moving on.
In 2018, the City Council approved the Aquatic Master Plan, a 750-page guide on how to best maintain the city's pool system. That is being used to decide how to best divvy up bond money that was voted on last November. But that is far less than the $124 million the pool advocates initially pushed for, and less than the roughly $200 million needed to fully renovate Austin's pools.
I've learned from Tap that you know if a pool's running right when you walk up, because you see if there's motion.
Allison Orr is the artistic director at Forklift Dance Works. For the past 3 years, her group has worked with communities to tell the story of their local pools through an interpretive performance that takes place in the water.
We've been leading a project called My Park, My Pool, My City. It's our first one premiered here at Bartholomew Pool in the summer of 2017. And the show also featured lifeguards and community members, but it was really from the point of view of the maintenance guys, telling the story of what it takes to maintain over 50 bodies of water.
She's learned that while pools are often one of the linchpins of a neighborhood, many don't have the volunteer muscle and private funding that other sites have.
So when we started this project, Aquatics was actually in a master planning process for the future of our city pools. And I got to see a map of where people have access to safe swimming around our city. And when you look at that map, it becomes very clear that east, northeast, southeast Austin residents do not have the same kind of equitable access to safe swimming pools as people who live northwest central Austin. I didn't understand at all the fight that communities have had to face to really even get their pools open, funded, built.
But if you build it, they will swim. Bartholomew Pool in East Austin was condemned in 2009. 3 years after it reopened, usage has tripled. And Orr's projects have shown her that people don't just consider the pools a nice spot to spend a sunny day. They're also a key part of the community.
We have really learned a lot about what pools in our city provide for children, young people, older people, for all of us.
I've been around them, like I said, all my life, and it's always been a gathering place for friends and family.